Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and this is IRL News. Today, Transverse, the MMO spaceship game that's been crowdfunded by the same people who did MechWarrior Online, fails to meet its expectations and is taken down early in the cycle because it only managed to raise $11,000. And also, the ex-director for Call of Duty says that, quote-unquote, people buy the game because they are brainwashed. So, firstly, I told you guys about Transverse a little while ago, the crowdfunding attempt by the same people who did MechWarrior Online to basically create, in effect, what seemed to be Star Citizen, but ever so slightly different with a class system. But it was very, very odd and janky. They're asking for only $1 million to make it, which is nowhere near enough budget. And then they put things in the stretch goals like $2 million, you get combat. So basic game mechanics were going to be stretch goals. And it didn't make any sense. And additionally, this is the thing that's coming from Piranha, the guys who did MechWarrior, and MechWarrior had all this hassle with being a crowdfunded game and poor communication, changing attitudes towards they were going to not do this, and they said they weren't going to do this, and then they did it. And it was basically a nightmare. And it turns out that Transverse lives up to their reputation, and it got nowhere near its goal. It got $11,000 and they pulled it early. Yeah, I've honestly got to say that, it's never a great thing when games get cancelled or pulled or never make it, but in some cases, maybe, it's right, and possibly in this one, because MechWarrior Online was a massive fiasco, and it's nice to see that people are getting a bit more savvy about crowdfunding, because a few years ago, when Kickstarter was kind of in its glory days, its golden era, people were just throwing money at projects left, right and centre without really thinking about the long-term viability of the project, about the reputation of its creator, etc. And it's nice to see that people are actually applying this to crowdfunding now, so Transverse is not getting funded, anywhere near funded, because people remember MechWarrior Online. Ultimately, I think that's a really good thing. It shows that people are actually getting a bit more savvy about what they're putting money into. Interestingly enough, Kickstarter profits are down 20% this year, with people being a little bit more savvy about what they invest in, which I think is a good thing. And lastly, the ex-director for the Call of Duty franchise said recently that they try to do everything they can to brainwash people into liking a game before it actually comes out. And that's a little bit weird and troubling and a bit like, okay. But a bit more scary is the fact that this was said to a think tank. He was basically saying how AAA game marketing can be applied to national security and how to push through national security measures that are unpopular by using widespread high-octane marketing to brainwash people. It's an interesting article, and I'm not even slightly misrepresenting what he said. He used the word brainwashing, and it was in regards to the Call of Duty games, and he said that national security proposals that are less popular should be, use the same tactics. I don't think anyone needs to misrepresent that one. That's just really troubling. Bloody hell. Read it! Interesting article. It's down below. Anyway, I've been EnterElysium. This has been IRL News. If you like, please remember to like, and if you're not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Stay shiny.